Check, check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2. Alright. Let me know if there's if the audio gets too bad, I'll see what I can do. Anyway. The Barbarian King of the Barren Wastes, Magnus Jakalvius has returned. How's everyone doing this fine Valentine's Day? Hope you're all doing fantastic, and if you're not, hopefully we can make your day just a little bit better. It's the Valentine's Day special. What are we doing? We're writing bad romance stories. What does that mean? Well, you'll find out. Probably not here anymore, but thanks for stopping by, Palika. Sleep is very important, especially for schooling. Let me make sure everything's up and running, and then we'll get into writing. Yeah, okay. Wow, okay. Let's get a bit of music going, huh? I think that's fine. Okay. Is that showing up? It is. Alright, everything's working. Now, the goal of today is, we'll write some crappy, romance stories, we'll laugh, we'll have fun. It's Valentine's Day, and if you're here, that means you're spending it with yours truly. Good old Magnus Jakalvius. Now, where should we begin? I think for each of these stories, we gotta decide on a protagonist, a location, and a goal. And then we keep writing until the goal is either successful or, more likely, a failure. It's like I choose your own adventure, but everyone's an idiot, including myself. Nothing's gonna go right, and we'll see how it goes. Just how will this story derail? First up, let's pull up a random name generator, because why not? Name generator. Protagonist number 1. Name. Alright, let's call our first guy Alan, I guess. Now let's see what Alan does. Where he goes, what kind of stuff happens. Hem. Live creative endeavors, huh? Fun part will come once it's written, of course. Although I guess some people consider writing the fun part. Alright, let's let the mind flow and the fingers type. Stream of consciousness, let's go! The rain poured down on the city streets. I gotta describe the setting, of course. So we know it takes place in the city and it's a rainy day. What else? Wow, writing something live is hard, huh? Okay. I got it now. The rain poured down on the city streets. A man. Running. How do I word this? It's supposed to be crappy. Let's just go with it. As the rain poured down on the city streets, a man barreled down the sidewalk to his favorite cafe. Without a care, stomped and splashed along his way, much to the detriment of those around. Not that he cared. How to use that? So let's take this out and start there. Not that he cared. He never was one to think of the consequences of much. Alright, we've set up our setting. We've introduced the character a bit. He's reckless. A bit selfish, perhaps. Now, what else? Finally, he reached his beloved. Coffee shop, followed by a string of curses and general malcontent. Hello, Game Boy Cosmic. I'm doing fine. How are you? The bell rang with a cheerful chime as the man stepped inside, basking in the warmth. What should we call this coffee shop? Doesn't matter. Cafe. Nice, nice. How's that story writing going for you? Hope it's going better than mine. Though mine just started, so it's a bit early to get, what's the word? Down on myself or whatever the hell. Writing's a process, they say, after all. Let's call it cafe. Random name generator? What have you? Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Oh, well, that does its thing. Decent, but not great. I guess it's good to stay a bit humble, regardless of how long you've been doing something. After all, there's always room to improve. You get content with your abilities, things tend to stagnate. We'll call it Cafe Clover. The bell rang with a cheerful chime as the man stepped inside, basking in the warmth of cafe'd clover at last. Obviously, who wants to order a coffee and enjoy the atmosphere? But we're supposed to be writing romance. So where should the love interest come in? Customer? Are they already there or will they come in? Is it the barista? The owner, perhaps? Oh, either way, it's not gonna go well for good old Alan here. So that's the mood I'm in today. We're not here to write a well-written romance, or a good romance. We're here to write bad romance. Watch people be miserable and flub up their life. Nice. Could have a wide range of genres. It's always fun to twist and turn things together. Melding genres together. I like that in music a lot. For example, electronic and swing. Mashing two things together, that shouldn't go together, but end up going together. I think my plan for today, I don't want to do a big long story. I want to do a variety of short stories, all equally as nonsensical and miserable as the last. Well, miserable for the character, I guess. Funny for us. You see, today's theme of protagonists all have something in common. They are socially inept. Interesting. I tend to do a similar thing with time, tense, and whatnot, but that's not on purpose, that's accidental. And it's also what you're not supposed to do when you write. I think I'm doing pretty alright this time, though. What's that mean? I don't know what that notification means, YouTube. Oh well, I'll figure that out later. It's not important right now. Where was I? Soaked to the bone, having forgotten his umbrella. Man. Let's see. Does he shake the water off like a wet dog, or does he ignore the water? Speaking of which, that's probably smart. I should describe the cafe surroundings, huh? Soaked to the bone, having forgotten his umbrella, the man glanced around as he dried off a bit. Taking in... Oh, let's take that off. Man glanced around as he dried off. Cafe was as it always was. A comforting little place on the corner of a block. Oh, I see what happened. There we go. Now, how does it look? Why is it comforting? Cozy leather booths were occupied, as they usually were. Leaving a few tables left to be taken. Sure, let's go with that. Hem. Hem, hem, hem. Now, how else to explain this? He sighed, not signed, sighed in relief. Noticing that his favorite spot was still available. Small table. A back corner. Of small table by the window. Let's go with that one. Having noticed. As a Google Docs thing is handy. Letting me know little grammatical slip-ups here and there. The atmosphere was lively, yet warm, as both the lighting and the conversations seem to radiate happiness. Sure. Drat. Can you only hear the audio is the problem? If it's your internet, there's nothing I can do, but if it's something like the text ain't showing or it's too small or something, I can do something to fix that. He walks to his the quality, I see. Yeah, nothing I can do about that. I guess I can make the text bigger and see if that helps. Does that help at all? Hey, that'd be something to do, huh? There's often people who stream their work anyway. Now let's see, we've established the area. And then the conflict will be in the romance somehow. Alright, good. Let me know if there's any other things that are malfunctioning, regardless of the reason. I'll see if I can fix it. He walked to the table, setting his bag down and laid claim to his own sponsor. To his spot. Interesting. Me personally, I find when I'm writing, I tend to, get a plan in my head or on paper, and then just kind of start from the beginning and move on. I like to... How do I describe this? When I eat a meal, I like to finish each individual part first before moving on to the next. My mind doesn't, lend itself to jumping around so much, or to small little bits. But it's interesting to see all the different ways people do things. Yeah. I know my biggest issue is usually starting stuff. So once I find that I've started, I try to ride that out as long as it lasts. Because if I stop, who knows when it'll be when I start again. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. That way you get what you're doing down. I usually like to start with a mental picture of the ending and figure out how I get there. Not always, though. For example, right now, I don't really know where I'm going at all. We're just kind of schmoovin'. Moving down this path called a story. You get the title first. I usually can't think of a title even after finishing a story. It's probably my worst part. Names and titles of things. Sometimes I'll write stories even where it's just character 1, character 2. I'm real bad at that. That's why I tend to name things nonsensical things. Because if I give it an actual name, it should have meaning, I think. Not that it matters for this story. Having no longer dripping water, and taking a table. No longer dripping water. Interesting. Fantasy like, mystical races and whatnot, or fantasy in the sense of a fantasy? No longer dripping water and satisfied with his choice of... Okay. It'll be interesting to see a fallen fantasy world, I guess. This choice of seating. Fallen world that's a merge of the two. Okay. Is it like a blend of magic and technology fantasy, or like orcs and elves in modern day fantasy? Or I guess it could be something else. Oh well. The man made his way. To the counter, joining the line. Though he hated waiting, it was short enough. That even he could tolerate it. You know, it gives it something, a bit of life. Yeah, this introduction's taken a long time. At least to write, but realistically, it's only 3 paragraphs. This is still just establishment. Having nothing else to do. But wait. He glanced around, noticing that he had arrived at the perfect moment. Given that quite a few people had just arrived, and the line was growing by the second. Trying to keep things in the same tense. I like this better. I'll do what I want. Interesting. Those kinds of stories where it's, the conflict is within, or is it an external conflict that the protagonist must, refine their insides to face the outsides? If any of that made sense. I guess it could be both. Yes, okay. He smiled to himself, glad that he had run so quickly, albeit so quickly to the shop. For long, it was his turn to order. Order he did. It was his turn to order. He asked for his usual I don't even know what people drink at cafes. I just drink water. Coffee, tea. What does this guy like? I don't know. A large coffee and 2 muffins. What flavor muffins? Chocolate chip, of course. After a moment, his order was ready. Cappuccino. Yeah, sure, why not? Cappuccino and 2 muffins. After a moment, the barista called out, let's do it with an E because I think that's more comfortable to spell. Then Alan picked up his order and went to sit down and enjoy. His coffee and muffins. Now here's the part. We've established who he is and where he is. Now enter conflict. Although, I do need to take a short break. What's it called? I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. That's my opinion. I like to name stories after I've written them personally. Helps me know what it's about first. Although I have a general idea of where I'm going, I don't really know what path the characters will take to get there. But anyway, I'm going to take a short break because I've run out of water. And that's kind of important. Drinking stuff and whatnot. So BRB. I return. Alright, Game Boy Cosmic. I don't know if you're still there, but take care. And thanks for stopping by. Ugh. Music back on. Alright, there we go. Where was I? Conflict, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what kind of conflict shall befall our protagonist here? Hem. How do I want to do this? Alright, so far, this guy is kind of rude, brash. Doesn't really think about things too much. Starting to develop in my head. Question is how to get it down on paper. Bum 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 bum. Alright. The picture's coming clearer. Maybe we can skip the introduction for now and get back to it. Get to the meat of it before my brain shuts off, huh? Hang on, I just thought of something for the short series. Let me write it down. Okay, that'll be something later. Ahem. Where was I now? No, don't take a nap, Magnus. You're working. Okay, so the basic idea is, cafe starts to fill up and one of the customers walks up to him. How do we handle this? Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. In case you're wondering, this is how things usually go when I work on stuff. It's a lot of sitting around and hoping it'll write itself. Just in case you wonder why I don't put out so much content. Alright, enough screwing around. Time passed, and the cafe began to fill. More and more. Alan sat sipping his cappuccino and nibbling on a muffin. Sipping his cappuccino, nibbling on a muffin, and watching the rain trickle down the window. Not a thought in his mind. Now, how do we transition? What words to use? Wonder what I should have for dinner today. Maybe stir-fried rice. Fried rice, I guess. It's unrelated, Magnus. Pay attention. You don't tell me what to do, I do what I want. My camera even working? It is. Cool. Bum 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 bum. I'm just trying to not make such big sentences. Suddenly, his thoughts, or lack thereof, rather, were interrupted by a gentle voice. Excuse me, may I sit here? Ellen looked at the girl. Alan lazily dragged his eyes to the source of the noise. There stood a girl about his age, being in her early 20s, he assumed. Don't use my numbers when you're writing, Magnus. I just realized I never described the protagonist, did I? Soaked to the bone, having forgotten his umbrella. Okay, that's fine. Where do I put a description? Pedestrians desperately trying to move out of now let's not put that there. Where do I put his description? Where does it fit? Right here can be a short description. A man, about 6 feet tall, with short, cropped blonde hair. There stood a girl who looked to be about his age. Now what should she look like? What's she holding? What's she order? About his age, holding a single coffee. Yeah, I'm thinking. Oftentimes, I can think of bits and pieces I want to add to a story. I just need to figure out how to connect them all, is the problem. That's usually when I just give up and do something less strenuous, but there'll be none of that today. Ugh. Trying to think how to describe her. Her long, brown hair. Her long brown eyes. Her teeth made of charcoal. What are you describing, Magnus? Her long brown hair covered her face as she stood, timidly waiting for an answer. That sentence doesn't make sense. Hair can't stand waiting for an answer. Where's the disconnect? So let's say that as we described. And she, girl, haha. And he, her long brown hair covered her face. And her other hand was hidden inside her hoodie pockets. She stood, face slightly flushed. It's raining. Why would she stand like that? Held? Wait, don't cafes have a place to put umbrellas? Do, don't they? Let's go with that. Alan. I don't need to say that, I could just do this. Why? Said Alan, taking another bite. Out of a muffin. The girl tensed up. A bit before responding. The cafe. The, cafe is full and the cafe is, full, and, there's still a, seat at your table. So, Alan looked around. Cafe. Noticing just how packed the cafe had become. It was no longer only the booths that were taken. However, he did notice a free table on the other side of the cafe. You're gonna go sit over there. There's no one at that table. That table's empty. Go sit over there. He sputtered. Muffin crumbs. He said, muffin crumbs sputtering out of his mouth. What a jackass, huh? The girl looked where he was pointing. At the free table, her figure, posture, inflating. What do you call that? Someone's shoulders slump over, ejected. Luxurious reporting becoming visibly dejected. Oh, I see. I guess so. Mid-sentence. Table the two. We're looking at was taken by a group of people. A girl visibly perked up. What does defected mean? You say someone deflates without implying that they were inflated. I guess I can just say that. I guess I can just say it. Becoming dispirited. Let's go with that. Visibly perked up. Perked up as she turned back to Alan. Expectantly. So, is it alright if I sit here then? Fine, sure, whatever. Alright, we're nearing the end of the story. Extorted? What's extorted, but not the, It's a word that's similar to extorted, but it's not extortion. Let's just use grumble. The girl sat down. Girl. Lily sat down, staring at Alan. Questioningly. Inquisitively, curiously, but like in a negative connotation. Concernedly, hoping that Alan's mood was unrelated to her. For Alan's part, Alan sat, visibly annoyed at having his thoughts interrupted. His daily ritual. The girl stared at his face for a bit longer, before stretching out her hand and saying, "Whoops, what happened?" I'm... Alan... Don't care. Alan boorishly. 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 Is it boorish or boorish? Oh, type in. Type in. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Alan rudely cut her off. Shoving the rest of his muffin and cappuccino down his gullet, or getting up to leave. No, he doesn't say anything. In a boorish manner. Wait. Getting up and leaving. Heading to the door. The girl exclaimed, but Alan was already outside and on his way home. Stomping through the rain, as he always did. Girl sat back down. Sniffling a bit. As she took a sip of her coffee. Alan arrived home. Soaked once again. And plopped his damp self on his couch. He scratched his face. For realizing what day it was. Oh yeah, it's Valentine's Day. Alan sat in silence for a little while. Guess I'll be spending it alone as usual. Ugh. He turned the TV on. Turned on the television. Letting its sound drown out his non-thoughts as he blankly stared off into space. Like he did Most days. The end. Title is... Let's read through the story, and then I guess I'll end the stream for today. To be honest, I don't really feel like writing another story. It's a lot less funny than I was hoping. It's kind of shitty. That's what it means to be a bad romance. Sometimes you get handed the ball, and you slam dunk it straight onto the ground, losing the game for yourself and everyone around you. Let's see. As the rain poured down on the city streets, a man about 6 feet tall with short blonde hair barreled down the sidewalk to his favorite cafe. He stomped and splashed along his way, much to the detriment of those around. Not that he cared. He never was one to think of consequences much. Finally, he reached his beloved coffee shop, followed by a string of curses and general malcontent. The bell rang with a cheerful chime as the man stepped inside, basking in the warmth of Cafe Clover at last. Soaked to the bone, having forgotten his umbrella, the man glanced around as he dried off. The cafe was as it always was, a comforting little place on the corner of a block. The cozy leather booths were occupied as they usually were, leaving a few tables left to be taken. The atmosphere was lively yet warm, as both the lighting and the conversation seemed to radiate happiness. Let's change lighting to smell. All the smells of the brews. He sighed in relief, having noticed that his favorite spot was still available, a small table by the window. He walked to the table, setting his bag down, and laid claim to his spot. No longer dripping water, and satisfied with his choice of seating, the man made his way to the counter, joining the line. Though he hated waiting, it was short enough that even he could tolerate it. Having nothing else to do but wait, he glanced around, noting that he had arrived at the perfect moment. Quite a few people had just arrived, and the line was growing by the second. He smiled to himself, glad that he had run so quickly to the shop. Before long, it was his turn to order. He asked for his usual, a cappuccino and 2 muffins. Chocolate chip, of course. After a moment, the barista called out, "Alan." The man, Alan, picked up his order and sat down to enjoy his coffee and muffins. Time passed, and the cafe began to fill more and more. Alan sat sipping his cappuccino, nibbling on a muffin, and blankly watching the rain trickle down the window. Suddenly his thoughts, or lack thereof rather, were interrupted by a gentle voice. Excuse me, may I sit here?" Alan lazily dragged his eyes to the source of the noise. There stood a girl who looked to be about his age, holding a single coffee. Her long brown hair covered her face, and her other hand was hidden inside her hoodie pocket. She stood, face slightly flushed, timidly waiting for a response. "Why?" Alan said, taking another bite out of a muffin. The girl tensed up a bit before responding. "The cafe is, full, and there's still a seat at your table." Alan looked around the cafe, noticing just how packed the cafe had become. It was no longer only the booths that were taken. He did, however, notice a free table on the other side of the cafe. "That table's empty, go sit over there," he said, muffin crumbs sputtering out of his mouth. The girl looked where he was pointing, becoming dispirited. "Oh, I see. I guess I'll..." Mid-sentence, the table the two were looking at was taken by a group of people. The girl visibly perked up as she turned back to Alan expectantly.
So, is it alright if I sit here then?
Oh, fine, sure, whatever, Alan grumbled. The girl slowly sat down, hoping that Alan's mood was unrelated to her. Alan sat, visibly annoyed at having his daily ritual of non-thoughts interrupted. The girl stared at his face for a bit longer, before stretching out her hand. Alan cut her off by shoving the rest of his muffin and cappuccino down his gullet in a boorish manner, before getting up and heading to the door. All in one swift motion. Wait, the girl exclaimed, rising out of her chair, but Alan was already outside and on his way home, stomping through the rain as he always did. The girl sat back down, sniffling a bit, as she took a sip of her coffee. Alan arrived home, soaked once again, and plopped his damp self on his couch. He scratched his face before realizing what day it was. Oh yeah, it's Valentine's Day. Alan sat in silence for a little while. Guess I'll be spending it alone as usual. Ugh. He turned on the television, letting its sound drown out his non-thoughts as he blankly stared off into space, like he did most days. There needs to be a better conclusion than that, I think. What's a fitting ending line? For the story of the boorish Alan. His thoughts. Suddenly, he was reminded of the face of the girl in the cafe. Wait. But alas, Alan had missed his chance. Doomed to spend yet another Valentine's Day all alone. In his dingy apartment. The end. There we go, that's a better ending. Suddenly, he was reminded of the face of the girl in the cafe. Wait, but alas, Alan had missed his chance, doomed to spend yet another Valentine's Day all alone in his dingy apartment. The end. And that, dear Jack-o'-lanterns, was the story of our protagonist, the boorish Alan. His story? What should we title it? It doesn't need a title, who gives a shit? Boorish Valentine, there we go. Hooray, we finished it. What'd y'all think? Let me know, or don't. Do what you want. Anyway, that brings us to the end of today's stream. Apologies for any audio issues that cropped up. Nothing I can do about it today, though, or at least right now. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button to become part of my Jack-o'-lanterns. Leave a like if you enjoyed, it lets me know you did, and it helps me out. Ring that notification bell so you never miss a live stream. As always, make sure to take care of yourself, drink some water, get some rest, and if the day is still young for you, enjoy the rest of your Valentine's Day. Hopefully it'll be a better one than Alan's. My next live stream will be this Friday, as we continue our Terraria playthrough, now in hard mode. I'll have to come up with a whole new list of tasks. It'll be fun, come join. This has been your Barbarian King of the Barren Wastes, Magnus Jakalvius. Thanks again for watching, have a happy Valentine's Day, and until next time, farewell.